Hi guys, this is video 2. In video 1, we did a deployment of the free edition, which is called Community Edition. The paid one is called Enterprise Edition. That's why in our command line it is CE um, command. This is a video where we'll run the basic commands around images. So Docker has images, just like images are nothing but some lightweight template which carries the software dependencies, and the images are hosted on Docker Hub. And there are other private vendors. Google has something gcr.io, Red Hat has registry.redhat. There they have their own images. So these are the places from where you can run your images. You'll have to pull them. So in the second command, I'll just show you how to pull them. But there is also a very good article. I mean, if you just Google with the name um, cheat sheet for Docker cheat sheet, you will find many of them, but I just like this guy. Thank you, whosoever Mr. You are, Rupesh Mishra. Thank you. I'm using his article, but not all of the commands, but some of them. So let's get started. So before we start, Docker Hub is the official place where you can find all the images. So if you Google Docker Hub or go to this website, there you will find official images, sponsored images, and also the verified publishers. Same way you'll find on GCR, same way you'll find on Red Hat. So if I just run the commands now. So the first command is Docker images, and there are no images over there. Like I said, it's a lightweight template. Images are lightweight templates. So let's pull up our first image, which is Docker pull HTTP, or let's do with Nginx. That's a favorite one for everyone. So what it will do is it will contact the Docker Hub in the background, and it is downloading the Nginx image. So now you will see the Nginx image. That's the latest version we have. The image ID gets generated from the Docker Hub. The last time when it was checked on Docker Hub was 7 days ago, and this is the size. If I want to see how much space this image is occupying on my system, it is from here I can check. So this is the command to check how much space it is occupying on my system. Um, Now, if you want a specific version of Nginx, then you'll have to come to Nginx website from the Docker Hub. And let's say you want version 1.24, you will actually copy that, and or if not, then you'll just come back to your command line and you will say 1.24, and then it will start downloading that specific version on your box. If you run the command images, you would see two of them now, right? So if I show you the size, so if I do a system df again, the command, you would see 187 plus 142 gives me 329. Now from the command line also, you can search for the image name if you know what name of the image you are looking for. Now, the other thing with this command is, if you look carefully, these are the official ones, and the rest of them are by the third party providers. So VMware has its own, Rapid Fort has its own, Rancher has its own. So that's how you look for a image in Docker Hub from the command line. If you want to look for an image, let's say from Red Hat repository, you will run the command docker search registry.access.redhat.com and look for the image name. Now let's see how many images of Nginx are there in Red Hat, right? And if you want to pull an image from this specific repo, then you would say, let's say I want 110, this one, and then I'll just run the command. This will download the image on my box, and then it will show me that it is there. So if I say Docker images, it will show me that it downloaded from Red Hat. Another thing, if I say Docker system df, this is the space, but if I run docker info grep minus root, this is the path where you would see that all the information is for the Docker gets stored. So the image file will be stored at this particular path. That's if the default configuration is being used. You can change that path also, but that's a long way to do. And I'll dig in the next videos and show you where exactly. Now, if I run the command docker images and I say docker rmi, and if I just use the image ID, let's say this one, this will actually remove that specific image. So Red Hat is actually gone from my repository. Now, I just want to cover up one more part. Like if I am, so this is my base system, the Docker system. Now it is running CentOS, right? Now if I run the command docker pull Ubuntu, it will pull the image Ubuntu, but that doesn't mean that on the CentOS I'm running Ubuntu, right? What it is saying is this particular image carries the Ubuntu operating system footprints. That's why it is 77 in size. Um, Now this image is actually called as raw image. So what I'm trying to say is that when Nginx was developed, right, it must be it must be developed on a raw image. So Ubuntu operating system here is a raw image. It has a minor footprint, and on top of it you will develop your applications, and then you will build that application into a container, and then you will run it on a Docker container, right? So that service image, these are called service images, nginx, httpd, and raw images are the raw operating systems which carry the minor footprint. That's what I'm trying to say. So for example, if we go inside the nginx image, so if I run the command docker run, I'll just clear this up. I'll just say docker images, increase the size, and docker run minus it. Just ignore the command for now, and I'll just say the nginx, which is the latest one image, and I'll just say bash. Now when I come inside and I say etc os release, you would see that it is running on Debian, right? So this Debian is considered as a raw image on which Nginx was developed, right? Now, now we have Nginx latest image. Now that latest image is built on top of Debian, we can see that. But if I try to install Debian now, ideally it should say that I already exist. So if I just show you over here from the GUI, it is based on Debian, Bookworm Slim. That must be some specific version. Um, and if I try to run the command docker pull, that specific version of Debian, because that's embedded in the latest Nginx, it says I already exist. So that's what I wanted to talk about, that you don't have to specifically download that operating system, right? Thank you. In the next one, I will show you the commands around running containers, and then we can move ahead slowly on to networking, storage, and so on. Thank you.